All right, so down to the last few here. So Brock's physics teacher has assigned everyone in his class a task of conducting an experiment to write up their experiments. Everyone must use the outline provided. So here's your experiments or your the summary of the stages and how to form an experiment. So we're going to look, formulate a question. We did a question just like this earlier. So does size affect buoyancy? So that's a question he's asking. So your first one here is going to be D. And then he collects data. So to collect data, he's going to go and look around. He's going to find out. So Brock noted that ice floats in water, whether it is a small ice cube or a huge iceberg. He noted that. So he's collecting data right there. So we'll go ahead and put B. He's going to form a hypothesis. So he's going to come up with a guess. Brock thought for an object made out of given material, increasing the size of object won't affect its buoyancy in water. So he thought, and a hypothesis is like a guess or a thought. So C. He's going to test his hypothesis. So he placed wood cubes that were 1 cc, 10 cc, and 10 cc, 100 cc in water. He observed. So observing, that's the big one here. So that is going to be his next one, and then drawing a conclusion. Since all wooden cubes float and all iron cubes sink, size does not affect. So this is what he said. So thought and said are different. So here's his conclusion that he gets after doing that. So we're going to say that is what, C. So that's how you figure that one out. Much like the other one, you just really have to look at the wording. So thoughts, did, noted, things like that tell you kind of which ones to look at. In 1993, after years of fluctuating water levels in the reservoir, the residents of Wayland County built a dam at one end of a reservoir to regulate and stabilize the water levels. So reservoir levels, year. They want to know, so circle the X on the graph with the below the most likely represents 1993. So in 1993, they put in a dam to stop the water levels from fluctuating. So here's years, here's a water level. If you look at these, this is way low, way high, way low. And then all of a sudden it starts to get pretty normal here. So D is going to be your answer. So you're going to circle that X because that's where it levels out. So that's probably 1993. One property of a gas is that the molecules spread out to fill their container. Which of the following best illustrates a property of gases? So a teacher's perfume can be detected at the back of a classroom. If you think of a classroom, it's a container. Perfume is a gas for the most part, So that is your answer. However, we'll go ahead and look at these. Rain puddles evaporate more quickly when the sun comes out. Evaporation it's not talking about evaporation, it's talking about how gases spread out. Water is produced when hydrogen gas is burned in oxygen. Nope, we're talking about water and not talking about any kind of container here. Liquid oxygen is denser than a gaseous oxygen. Okay, this is talking about density. This has nothing to do with how the gas fills a chamber. And this is talking specifically about how a gas fills a container. So this is the only one that fits. So the first one, for the last one, read the article and respond to the writing prompt below. Type your response on the computer if one is available, which is what you'll be doing. So plants grow faster when humans talk to them, but it is not clear why. Some scientists have hypothesized, so guessed, that it is the actual air involved that makes a difference. When we speak, we exhale carbon dioxide, so CO2 gas. Increased levels of carbon dioxide improve the plant's ability to grow. So this may explain why talking helps the plants. Others have guessed or hypothesize that the benefit to plants comes from the content of what is being said. They hypothesize that it is the words themselves and their positive meaning that increase a plant's growing ability. So, describe an experiment that could be used to test two hypotheses described above. So what I said was an experiment that could be conducted would be taking 3 sets of plants and putting them in a controlled environment. So like boxes that have no other input other than what you're doing. One set of plants would have CO2 blown at them, so that would cover the carbon dioxide right here. Another one in a different box basically would have positive words being played on a loop, so it wouldn't have any air flow other than the normal oxygen, and then it would just have words being played, like happy words like smile and you're a nice plant, you're a pretty plant. And set 3 would have no variables at all, so just be a plant in a box. At the end of a set period, so you'd pick like a week or two, each plant would be measured to see which variable made the plants grow. The experiment could further be explored by adding a 4th set of plants with regular music, so like, some rap or something like that, or some country, to see what that, or it could just be sounds, classical music, to see if that affects the plants at all either. And then you would have a more concrete idea. So that's what I said. So the experiment could be further explored. But this covers all 3 of the possibilities that they mention. So whether it's carbon dioxide being blown on the plant, whether it's positive encouragement to the plant, or whether it's just regular plant being a plant. So that's basically all you have to do. It doesn't have to be very crazy, just a quick paragraph. You can even put it in like the scientific form if you want. But you can probably just put it in a paragraph and be okay. So we reached the end of the science test. Thank you for listening to me. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. You can find answers and explanations on page 723 of the Kaplan book. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these and I hope they helped you out. I will see you again. Stay safe and stay healthy, and check out our website, opendoorsspokane.com. And like us on Facebook at Next Generation Zone.